Tuesday has safely arrived, and hopefully we'll have a nice, good, safe day today. It's the 14th day of April, 2026. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host. It is 46 degrees. Today is the transition day. As this day progresses, here it comes. We've been talking about this. It's a cold front passage coming down from the Gulf of Alaska. It is almost here. By the end of the day, it will be here. We're talking some wind, some rain, some significant snow in the mountain passes. We can get a little bit of light snow down here early tomorrow morning. I wouldn't freak out too much. But on top of all that, it's going to be a lot colder too. It's a cold front. We hit 65 yesterday. Ain't going to get to that today or tomorrow or really for the rest of the week. Normal high is 61, but we're in a big cool down. Things are going to be pretty active today, tonight, tomorrow, and into Thursday morning. And then we have high pressure setting up for the weekend. Not a big ridge of high pressure, but the weekend isn't looking too bad. Forecast details will begin our festivities, followed by the news. Lots, sports, Mariners got it together. It's always good when you sweep the Astros. They did exactly that yesterday afternoon. Josh Naylor, 5 RBIs, and they scored 6 runs. So it was the Josh Naylor show, highlights of that. We'll preview prep action. An opinion from Mike Mad Dog Wenatchee, and at the back half of the program, we preview the Wing Ding, the big party going on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. This Saturday, it is the Sustainable NCW Earth Fair. For the second year back at the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. It's on Saturday morning. And coming into our studio to talk with me about that, so you can go to Earth Fair and you want to go to Earth Fair, is Freyja Bourke from Sustainable NCW and Marcine Miller from Wenatchee Valley College. Good and informative conversation. You don't want to miss that. Earth Day is a few days away, or a few weeks away, but the Earth Day Fair, where we all gather and figure out how to keep our planet as green as we can, is on Saturday. It is tour time around this area. And there you go. There is the Wenatchee Valley. Days are getting longer. Today will be 3 minutes and 18 seconds longer than yesterday. 13 hours and 35 minutes. We gain a lot of daylight in the month of April. Sunrise this morning was at 6:14. Sunset tonight, 7:49. Again, we hit 65 yesterday. Greens Knob, good morning to Lake Chelan. They haven't started to fill out the bathtub quite yet, but they'll get on it. I don't think last year the bathtub was full. Lake Chelan was all the way up to its normal level by Memorial Day. I think it was a week or so after Memorial Day before the lake was up to its traditional level. But as you can see, quite a bit of shoreline. So I still find that an amazing engineering feat that they can actually do that, control the level of the water in a lake that big and that deep. Omi Garden camera, we put that up for a reason, because Omi Gardens opens tomorrow. It's traditional opening day, April 15th. So you can go, and they've been working hard, getting Omi Gardens ready to go. The flowers are blooming, the trees are happy, the shrubs are happy. It's a beautiful place. So check out Omi Gardens. Again, it opens tomorrow. Get a season's pass, best deal in town there. Still some snow up Mission Ridgeway, will be, of course, for a while. And let's head on up to Lake Wenatchee, the Two Rivers camera. The White River on your left, the Little Wenatchee on your right. Together, they flow into a big hole in the ground called Lake Wenatchee. And there's a lot of other tributaries. There's a lot of streams that feed into Lake Wenatchee as well. But the main feeder, of course, are the Two Rivers. Thus, we call it the Two Rivers camera up Lake Wenatchee way. Well, winter storm warning. Here we go. You're going to get, if you're traveling over the mountain passes, especially Stevens, winter storm warning. It starts at 11 o'clock this morning to 11 o'clock on Wednesday night. Now, some of the snow is actually going to make it pretty close to the Wenatchee Valley. Stevens is going to get 3 to 5 inches of snow today, and then 6 to 10 inches tonight. So the heaviest snow is actually going to come down tonight. That's a lot of snow. When the system is all said and done, Stevens is going to have anywhere from 10 to 15 inches of snow. And the snow level tonight is going to go all the way down to 1,500 feet. But by the time it gets down to 1,500 feet, it'll be at 1,500 feet by about this time tomorrow, Wednesday morning. By that time, the system will have pretty much expended all of its energy, and we probably won't get much. 55, that's it. After a high of 65, that's it. As the day progresses, the clouds will be getting thicker, they'll be getting lower, they'll be getting denser, and once we get to the afternoon hours, we're talking about rain. in the Wenatchee Valley. 37 for the overnight low tonight. Again, the snow level is going to go all the way down to 1,500 feet, but we're not expecting any significant snow, if at all. It'll probably be rain tonight. There's a 60% chance of rain tonight. Snow level will eventually go up to about 2,000 feet on Wednesday. It'll be cloudy Wednesday morning. It'll be sunny Wednesday afternoon as the system continues to come through our area. But it's cold front, only 52. That's it. And we'll be close to freezing on Wednesday night, but we're not expecting any precipitation. The only big story Wednesday night is going to be very windy as the very last remnant of this cold front slides out of here Wednesday night. And that's usually the case when a cold front or a warm front exits our area for the last 7 or 8 hours of its existence here. It usually has a little wind event, and that's going to be the case Wednesday night. Then we set up pretty good. Thursday, although chilly, still nice. Sunshine at 55, sunshine 60 Friday, sunshine 63 Saturday. Another system rolls in late Sunday afternoon into Monday. And your forecast brought to you by Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee. It's where comfort, care, and community come together. 2-minute break, and then your Tuesday morning news on a Tuesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 Fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
When life gets stressful, jumping into your passions can help you find your calm. Avoid vapes, which contain nicotine and can make feelings of anxiety and depression worse. When it comes to your mental health, choose what matters. Choose you.
Vape companies market vaping as a de-stressor, but nicotine can make feelings of anxiety and depression worse. 90% of those who quit felt less stressed, anxious, or depressed. When it comes to your mental health, choose what matters. Choose you.
Click-It RV Moses Lake Superstore has gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you like, then build it, price it, and click it. Or come to the Moses Lake Superstore. From travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes. The huge RV discount prices are here. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee only at Click-It RV Moses Lake or ClickItRV.com.
Be a winner like me and get the Click-It RV.
Clouds have already arrived up in the Omak area, as you just saw from our Billy Goat camera, and they'll eventually work their way right down to here. Pretty cloudy, rainy this afternoon, maybe even some light snow pretty close to the valley floor early tomorrow morning before things calm down outside of the wind, which is going to be pretty prevalent for the next couple of days. It's 9 minutes after the hour. A Chelan County Sheriff's Office sergeant and deputy are the latest to file tort claims against their employer, claiming, and I'm quoting now, a continuous pattern of retaliation, harassment, and a hostile work environment, close quotation. Sergeant Lee Risden and Deputy Cole Soriano, they filed their tort claims through the law firm Arnold, Jacobowitz, and Alvarado. They filed that tort claim on April 2nd. They're asking for $10 million each in damages. They both claim that after supporting Morrison's predecessor, Brian Burnett, they were subjected to retaliation for their political support during the 2022 election. Tort claims are often precursors to a lawsuit if the county rejects the claim. Their complaints are similar to those made by 4 other deputies who are now suing the department in federal court over alleged violations by Morrison and Burnett of their First Amendment rights. Detectives are investigating after a human body was found in Crab Creek. Crab Creek is in southwestern Grant County. The discovery was made on Saturday evening. A kayaker was navigating the creek east of Beverly when he spotted the body. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says a team of deputies and firefighters from local departments was able to recover the body on Sunday. They used a drone to pinpoint its location. The operation took the better part of the day. Grant County Coroner Craig Morrison now has the body. Police say the person's identity and cause of death have not been established. Anybody with information is asked to call the Sheriff's Office to speak to a detective. President Trump approved federal funding for several counties and tribal communities in our state following the disastrous December floods. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, announcing on Saturday that federal funding is available to affected Chelan County individuals. In January, Governor Bob Ferguson requested over $21 million to help those affected by the floods, but FEMA did not specify how much money the state would get. With the approval, the Internal Revenue Service said that affected individuals and businesses will now have until May 1st to file returns and pay any taxes originally due during this period. For more information on how to apply for disaster assistance, you can go to our website. The Washington Department of Transportation is considering improvements to a 2-mile stretch of Highway 97A just outside of Chelan for bike and pedestrian safety. The project is being eyed for late this year or early next year and includes the addition of a 10-foot shared youth path to connect the Lakeside Park area to Highway 971, South Lakeshore Road. Improvements to the roadway would also include curbing and safety features on the north side of the road and changes to the travel lanes to improve multimodal access. The department says it targeted the 2-mile stretch because of collisions and a lot of traffic. The project is open for public comment now. If it's approved, it would cost an estimated $600,000. The North Central Educational Services District announcing yesterday that it intends to open a new school in Moses Lake for students with complex behavioral, emotional, and mental health needs. The Bridge Therapeutic Day School is designed to support students who require more intensive and coordinated educational support than a traditional school setting can provide. Each student will have an individualized transition plan to help them return to their regular public school when they're ready to go. The NCESD is accepting referrals this spring for Grant County students to begin attending the Bridge School beginning this autumn. Interested parents can contact their home school district's special education department. That's where the referrals will be made. The Chelan County Natural Resources Agency is offering its first boat inspections of the season this weekend. The idea is to keep invasive aquatic species out of Lake Chelan. They can do a lot of damage. The program, which is in its 4th year, aims to keep milfoil and quagga mussels, zebra mussels, and golden mussels out of the lake. If they get a toehold, they can do a lot of damage to the local ecosystem. The inspections will begin this Thursday. They'll run through the 19th at the Mill Bay Marina. After boaters complete an inspection and a survey, they get a sticker that reflects where they've used their boats. The county says stickers handed out last year are good for this year, though boaters can expect an initial full inspection to begin in this season. And Wenatchee's biggest ski area is reaching out to help one of the smaller ski areas in our area. Mission Ridge is going to host a benefit dinner on Friday to support Badger Mountain Ski Hill. That's the small slope just outside of Waterville. They've had hard times the last few winters. In fact, they didn't do anything at all this year. No snow. Badger is operated entirely by volunteers and supported by the Waterville Lions Club, but again, they never did open this year. The benefit dinner takes place at 6 o'clock Friday at the Hampton Lodge at Mission Ridge. You can view the menu and make reservations by going to Mission Ridge's website. That's the news at 14 minutes after the hour. If you want to find out what's going on around here, we have a group of professionals who do exactly that. And then out comes the news at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock on television, the traditional airing times, 5, 6, and 10. If you are unplugged, don't have a cable subscription or a dish or direct or whatever it is, however you consume your television, YouTube. Go to our YouTube page, and don't forget, if you go to our homepage, we stream 24/7, 365, so you can always watch us on the live stream. You got a news tip, send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. The Mariners have turned things around. They're scoring runs. That helps. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
At Colonial Vista Senior Living, we believe life is meant to be lived fully. Our wellness programs inspire residents to stay strong, flexible, and confident every day. Here, curiosity is encouraged, friendships are nurtured, and every activity is an opportunity to connect, create, and enjoy life together. We invite you to experience the lifestyle at Colonial Vista Senior Living for yourself and discover why so many call our community home.
A kitchen that makes mouths water and jaws drop. A bedroom from a dream with a bath from a spa. A walk-in you'd never want to walk out of. A pool like the fountain of youth. And a view that never gets old. When buying or selling a home of the highest standards, it's comforting to be represented by a real estate company with standards to match. Coldwell Banker Global Luxury. Live well with Coldwell.
High school sports is back. Join us all spring for live coverage of Wenatchee and Eastmont soccer, baseball, and softball. Brought to you by our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Coverage also sponsored by Global Car Care, the Hollander Golf and Grill, Apple Valley Honda, Sangster Motors, Valley Tractor, Save Mart, Caldwell Banker, Biosports Physical Therapy, and Dick's Heating and Air. Your home for high school sports, as always, is the NCW Life Channel.
"17 minutes after the hour, Josh Naylor hit his first home run of the season. Then he hit his second home run of the season. Mariners scored 6 runs. Josh drove in 5 of them. And the Mariners complete the sweep. They did pretty good. They beat the Astros 6-2 at T-Mobile Park on Monday. By the way, George Kirby allowed just 2 runs in 7 2/3 innings. We like that. It was, by the way, Naylor's 7th career game with 5 or more RBIs.
Naylor shoots this deep, right field, and gone! Josh Naylor, he's been waiting for it. His first of the year is a 3-run homer in the first inning.
Now that is some good situational hitting. Oh, you know that feels good for Naylor. Starting off a little slow, you know it's going to come around. But getting that first one and that big 0 off the board.
Slug, center field, back, he's got another one! Josh Naylor has homered on back-to-back pitches. His second of the day.
Well, getting that first home run will certainly put a skip in your step. And Josh Naylor goes back to back.
Taking advantage of the aggressiveness of Yainer Diaz, who sends one into left center. That should score a run. Parrish Chica is waving Cam Smith home. He'll score easily. Astros on the board. It's now a 5-1 game. Yainer Diaz with an RBI single.
This one hanging up out over the zone, and Yainer makes him pay. That was beautifully done. Just got to the zone, sat on a tee, and Yainer was in good position to be able to rake that into center field, hitting that ball hard.
Cam Smith scoring his 11th run of the year. Now Nick Allen bats first and third, nobody out. And Allen chops one right to second base. Cole Young will flip it to Crawford, and they turn a double play. The Astros will get a run out of it. And Allen hits into a double play for the first 2 outs of the inning. It's now a 5-2 game.
This is into right field, base hit. Julio's on his way home. Cam Smith with no throw, and the Mariners get one of those runs back. Luke Raley's having a nice series as well. It's 6-2 M's.
Luke in that first at-bat hit a broken bat base hit to right. This time he gets that slider down. This little one-hopper right past a diving Altuve. Plenty of time for Julio to come around and score.
Young with a diving catch. Cole Young taking a hit away.
Cole Young ready right here. Couple of steps and a dive to his left. Great play by the young second baseman.
2-2. Out to the gap again. Raley adjusting on the warning track. Jumps, and Luke Raley makes the catch up against the wall.
This ball off the bat of Cam Smith has some carry to it. Raley tracking back. Makes that jump right in front of the wall.
Boy, that would have been close, wouldn't it? Right at the top of the wall. Rolled over to first. Naylor's got it. Wilcox covers. That's the ball game. How quickly fortunes can change. The Mariners come back home and they sweep their division rival Houston Astros in 4 games. 6-2 the final today.
It's only the second time in franchise history that they swept the Astros in 4 games. The only other time was in August of 2018. Mariners are in San Diego for a quick little 3-game set against the Padres. Brian Wu, by the way, starts for Seattle. Mariners.TV. First pitch tonight is at 6:40. The scoreboard we go. Mariners sweeping the Astros. The Yankees scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning to knock off the Angels, and the Rangers rolled over the Athletics. Well, the LA Kings scored the first 5 goals of the game. When you do that, you have a tendency to win, and they cruise to a rather easy 5-3 victory over the Kraken. Yesterday was the home finale at Climate Pledge Arena for the Kraken. Adam Larson, Frederick Grudeau, and Bobby McMahon scored for Seattle, all in the 3rd period. By that time, the game is over. Nicky Coco stopped 25 shots in his 2nd career start. Matty Beniers had a couple of assists, by the way. Seattle lost to LA for just the first time this season, and they haven't won 3 straight since January, which is probably why they're not making the playoffs. Seattle will be in Las Vegas tomorrow to take on the Golden Knights, and then the regular season ends after they face the Avalanche in Denver on Thursday. Prep baseball schedule, a few doubleheaders, and the rest are single games. Take a look at who plays whom. Today, Cashmere at Wenatchee Valley. That'll be a doubleheader. First pitch, first game, 3 p.m. Same deal for Chelan hosting Brewster. And Waterville Mansfield has Wilbur Creston Keller coming to town in the Battle of the Hyphens. And all the rest are single games, including that one you see at the bottom. Liberty Bell and Kittitas will do battle at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium at 6 o'clock tonight on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. Go Teams. Prep softball schedule, pretty light, but some doubleheaders. Cashmere hits the road. Both the Cashmere baseball team, the Cashmere softball team, they share travel arrangements. It makes sense to me. So while the Cashmere baseball team will be playing Wenatchee Valley on their baseball field, the Cashmere softball team will take on Wenatchee Valley on their softball field. That's a doubleheader at 3 o'clock. Freyja at Toppenish at 3:30. Okanagan in a single game at Chelan, and girls fast pitch Cascade at Omak at 4 o'clock. A lot of soccer today. First of all, one final from yesterday. Tonasket beat Chelan 3-2. That was the only soccer match on the calendar. 4 o'clock today, Orville hosts Aniat at 4:30. It's Bridgeport and Okanagan. 5 o'clock start for Manson hosting Pateros. Cashmere will be welcoming Wenatchee Valley at 6 o'clock. Same start for Cascade hosting Brewster. Royal hosting Omak at 6. Quincy at Prosser at 6. Freyja at Sela at 6. Moses Lake will be at Wildcat Stadium in East Wenatchee at 7 o'clock tonight. Wenatchee is on the road to take on Sunnyside at 7 o'clock tonight. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. The holidays that landed on my radar. You can commemorate National Gardening Day today, if you so desire. I don't have one. National Pecan Day. I don't have one of those either. National Ex-Spouse Day. So to all 7 of my ex-spouses, congratulations. It's National Pan American Day, not talking about the airline. National Reach as High as You Can Day today. It's Look Up to the Sky Day, but today we celebrate one of the smartest things that swim on Earth, not humans, dolphins. It is National Dolphin Day today. They call him Flipper, Flipper. Can't sing any more than we have to pay mechanical royalties. We don't have that kind of money. Of course, they are very swift, they're very intelligent, they're very social. They're carnivores, so they eat fish and squid and whatever is meat is hanging around. Although they have teeth, they don't chew. They use their teeth to grab their prey, then they swallow their prey whole. They can hear extremely high frequencies, 10 times or more above the upper limit of what we can hear. Each individual dolphin has its own voice, and they keep it for life. Of course, they live in pods. When there's a lot of food, super pods form. That's when there's like 1,000 dolphins in a small area, and they're bellying up to the buffet. Dolphins, of course, we see them. They have to breathe air, so they jump up out of the water. They do it to get rid of parasites on their skin. They do it to figure out where the heck they are. They do it for fun. They do it to breathe. It's also faster. You know, air offers much less resistance than water. Since dolphins need to breathe, they can't sleep. Well, they actually do. Half their brain goes to sleep, the other half stays awake to keep an eye out for predators and things like that, and to go up to the surface and breathe. That's pretty cool. Half their brain is asleep half the time. Can you tell my brain is half asleep? You probably can't. Dolphins they're incredibly social animals. You can swim right up to one if you want. And dolphin babies hang around mom a lot. Once mom has the baby, they hang around for quite some time. And by the way, dolphins are born backwards. They're born tail first. So when they're born, they don't drown. Makes sense to me. Happy National Dolphin Day today. 26 minutes after the hour, April 14th, 1865. What do you want to do tonight, Mary? You want to, watch a movie on Netflix, maybe get some DoorDash? And let's go to the theater. Let's go watch My American Cousin. Abe Lincoln, shot in the back of the head by John Wilkes Booth, died the next day. Of course, General Grant and his wife, Julia, were invited. They begged off at the last minute. Can you imagine what would have happened if General Grant was in the same presidential box as Lincoln? Who knows what would have happened? But Julia and Mary Todd Lincoln didn't like one another. Not a lot of people like Mary Todd Lincoln at all. Julia said, I really don't want to sit next to Mary Todd for 2 hours, so the Grants decided, nah, we're not going to go. Abe would die the next day, the first, you know what happened. Happy birthday to J.C. Penney. 124 years ago today in Kimmerer, Wyoming, James Cash Penney opens his very first store, and a dynasty was born. Penney's peaked in 1973. There were 2,053 J.C. Penney stores with net revenue of $5 billion. That's $34 billion today. And they had over 2,000 stores. As of this morning, there were 645 Penneys left. They're to close, I think, 4 stores this month. And last year, the company lost $268 million. I'm not worried about the Wenatchee Penneys. I'm told by those in the know at Valley North, the Wenatchee Penneys does pretty good. And I've been there a few times. Penneys, one of the iconic department stores. Hang in there, folks. 116 years ago today, it was opening day for the Washington Senators. President Taft was not having a very good day at the Oval Office. He said, to hell with it. Let's take the afternoon off and let's go to the ball game. He wasn't even supposed to be there, but he wanted just to get out of town, get out of the office and go do something. And he was there in the presidential box, so they said, Bill, you want to throw out the ceremonial first pitch? And he did. And on this date, William Howard Taft became the first president to throw out the ceremonial first pitch. It was opening day of the Washington Senators. All 18 presidents after Taft, at least one time during their administration, threw out the ceremonial first pitch at a Major League Baseball game until Donald Trump, in his first term, declined to do so. Joseph Biden declined to do so. And now Trump, in his second term, has yet to do so. So that maybe that tradition may have come to an end. 114 years ago today, just in, the Titanic has apparently struck an iceberg. The Titanic loops over, the history of the Titanic goes over 2 days. It hit the iceberg a little past 11:30 in the evening on April 14th, and it took about 2.5 hours for the ship to go down. So it was about 11:40 in the morning, 11:40 in the evening when the Titanic actually hit the iceberg. But thank goodness it's unsinkable. My favorite fiction book of all time, my favorite novel of all time, was published 87 years ago today, The Grapes of Wrath, one of the masterpieces in American literature history by John Steinbeck. I need to read the book again. I haven't read it in probably 15 years. That's my bad. And the one thing I remember about reading The Grapes of Wrath, it's one of those books where I kind of, if I'm going to start it, I'm going to read it. Everybody should read The Grapes of Wrath, and then they should read it again. It's a great, great book. And 58 years ago today, the 1968 Masters, Bob Goldie and Bob DiVinzio were supposed to do an 18-hole playoffs. They ended up tied after 72 holes. Unfortunately, again, Bob Golby and Bob DiVinzio were supposed to meet in an 18-hole playoff the next day to decide the 1968 Masters Championship. Bob DiVinzio got a 3 on the 17th hole. His playing partner wrote down a 4. He actually got a birdie 3, but he wasn't paying attention when Bob DiVinzio went to the scorer's table next to the 18th hole. He didn't look at his scorecard. He just signed the damn thing. Tommy Aaron accidentally wrote 4 when he got a 3. He could have corrected it, but when you sign for a score that is higher than what you actually shot, you're stuck with that score, even though they both shot the same over 72 holes. Bob Golby won the Masters. Always check your scorecard before you sign. By the way, they don't do that rickety old card table next to the 18th hole anymore. They learned that lesson at Augusta. They are all heavenly birthdays today. The 3 biggest names in the history of Major League Baseball: Babe Ruth, Jackie Robinson, and Marvin Miller, the executive director of the Players Association. Inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2020, born in the state in 1917. He took over as executive director of the Major League Baseball Players Association in 1966. The average salary for a Major League Baseball player was $19,000. By 1982 was $326,000. The average salary for a Major League Baseball player today is $5.3 million. A remarkable achievement. Of course, Major League Baseball is the only major league sport that does not have a salary cap. And keep in mind, the collective bargaining agreement expires at the end of this season. We shall see. Rod Steiger, born 101 years ago today, won the Academy Award for Best Actor for In the Heat of the Night, and he deserved it too. He was really good at The Pawnbroker. And of course, he was Marlon Brando's brother in On the Waterfront. Rod Steiger, born in the state in 1925. The great Loretta Lynn, the only female artist of the decade. It was in the 1970s. They named the artist of the decade, the ACMs do. They've all been guys, except for Loretta Lynn. 24 #1 hits, 11 #1 albums. Born in the state in 1932. Died in October of 2022 at the age of 90. And Pete Rose. Pete Rose would have been 84 years old today. Baseball's all-time leader in hits, games played, at-bats, base hits, and outs. And he is now eligible to be posthumously inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. I don't think he's going to make it. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsor. Mike Benatti's got an opinion coming up, and then a great conversation about what's happening Saturday on the campus at Wenatchee Valley College for the 2nd year in a row. Sustainable NCW's Earth Fair will be on the campus. Freyja Bourke and Marcine Miller will tell you all about it when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCW Life would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, your place for fun, food, and friends. Happy hour every day, 2 to 7. Try their brand new menu and famous prime rib every Saturday night. Planning a celebration? Book your holiday party, wedding, or private event, even in their exclusive simulator rooms. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, where every day is a celebration. Visit today.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours.
this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, a recent bill, H.R. 30, the Preventing Violence Against Women by Illegal Aliens Act, was voted on. Now, in part, this bill concerned whether or not deporting or not allowing immigration to aliens who are sex offenders. Well, I'm not familiar with all the arguments for or against this bill or all the details, but supporters of Donald Trump complain that 145 Democrats voted against this bill, a bill about restricting sex offenders. Supporters of Donald Trump complaining about a lack of action restricting sex offenders. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Welcome back to the program. This Saturday, you're going to want to be at Wenatchee Valley College. Well, you can hang around all day, but eventually, after 2 o'clock, you'll probably go off and do something else, because from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. this Saturday, it is back. It is Earth Day. Earth Day itself is a different day. We only get one Earth, and we might as well take care of it while we're here and make sure the next generation has something better than what we have. And here to talk about it, back again during this program from Sustainable NCW, it's Freyja Bourke, who Marlene brought you on board, I believe, in February to do this show, right?
Yes.
Something like that.
We talked about rails and nails.
And you brought a friend with you who I've met before. And go ahead and introduce yourself to our television family.
Hi, I'm Marcine Miller. I'm the Executive Director of Communications at Wenatchee Valley College. Moved to Wenatchee in fall of 2024. And I'm really happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
And believe it or not, when she decided to learn a little something about the Wenatchee Valley, somebody, and I don't know who, suggested that she watch this show to get an eye on, because you're from back east, and she didn't really know anything about Wenatchee or the college, so somebody said, watch Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And yet Marcine moved here anyway, so.
Huge reason why I moved here, Dan. So, no,
compliment the host,
the show.
Rule number one. So. Before we get into Earth Day and Sustainable NCW, the Rails and Nails, you guys were knee deep in it with the recycling. A lot of stuff going on, beer gardens, food stuff. Everybody gathered. Worked out pretty good for you guys, right?
Yeah, it was a huge success. I think it was a record-breaking. It was more waste diverted than last year, I believe. I can't remember the number off the top of my head, but I think it's online anyway. It's on. It's in our press release on our website. I think it was either, I don't want to say a number.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
Yeah, we did a story on it.
Tons and tons of waste.
Yeah.
So we're really happy about that. And yeah, really credit to Visit Wenatchee, because they set the standard for the food trucks and the vendors to make sure it's a successful event. And
this is the new normal now, right? I mean, between Rails and Nails and Apple Blossom, any large scale event that's going to gather a lot of people in a fairly confined space, with a whole bunch of recyclables. This is now going to be the new normal from here on, right?
Absolutely. The bioorganics management laws changed, so any event or restaurant or anything creating more than 96 gallons of organic waste has to compost. So it's at this point it's like get on board and make it as fun and accessible, and that's why our Towards Zero Waste stations really help, because it sets the standard and it educates people as they're moving forward, and we try to make it as easy as possible.
That's the whole thing. If it's convenient, people will do it.
Absolutely.
That's one thing we learned. And I'm told, I don't know, but I'm told that the compost up at Winton there is like top quality stuff. It's not like cheap, lousy compost. They seem to know what they're doing up there.
Yes, I believe it's great compost, and you can buy from them, so we get to keep our waste right here and make it a resource that we get to use for our agriculture or for your own gardens, which I think is awesome.
And this is one of the many, many things you could learn on Saturday the 18th. This was at different locations. Last year, you two got together and said, let's have it at the college. Marcine, it was like anytime you try something new for the first time at a new location, little risk involved, little who knows what's going to happen, Marcine, but last year seemed to work out pretty good.
I think it was a huge success, and it's a huge credit to Professor Joan Causey from the college. She has been really connected with Sustainable NCW over the years as a board member, and just a sustainability advocate here in the Valley. And Marlene Campbell as well. They really started the partnership, and we're really excited to continue it and welcome our community to our campus.
And Dr. Joan, if I remember correctly, she teaches a sustainability class or 2 or 3 at the college, right?
She does. So she's a professor of geography and the sustainability coordinator for the college. So when you were talking about composting, we actually have composting on campus as well. So students, faculty, staff, you can bring your compost waste, and it goes to Winton, and it's just a great way to have that full circle of sustainability in our community.
Who approached who first on this? Was it sustainable going to the college, or did you say, hey, Earth Day fair is pretty cool, but we're a little crowded at the Pybus? How did this whole marriage come together?
I actually wasn't here last year, but I imagine Joan and Marlene got together and it happened naturally.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
It's a good play on words. I like that. Well, you certainly have more elbow room, and nothing against the Pybus, it's beautiful, but you needed more elbow room, and now you're on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College around the fountain.
Yes.
So what is different this year as opposed to last year? The one thing I do know in advance, because they told me, is that the footprint's going to be a little bit smaller, which makes it more manageable for you guys, right? I'll let either one of you talk about that.
Yeah, last year we had stuff in front of the college and kind of in other areas at the college, and it just meant that I think those vendors felt kind of disconnected, and we wanted to bring, the fountain area is beautiful and it's huge, so we thought we could bring everybody in. So we have the same amount of vendors, they're just all going to happen around the fountain, which makes it just hopefully easier for people to be connected to everyone that's there.
Including entertainment's going to be right there as well?
Entertainment will be right in front of Van Tassel, on the Rainbow Steps, and we'll actually have an assortment of electric vehicles in front of the library.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, including a Link Transit bus.
Yeah. You inherited this, right?
I did.
Marlene, your boss, kind of took the bull by the horns last year, but she said, "This is you're the outreach and education coordinator. This is kind of what you should be doing."
That's basically what she said.
Right. Are you a little nervous that is your marching orders from Marlene, don't screw it up?
No, I think she trusts me, but I am nervous because my very first day working at Sustainable last year was the Earth Day Fair, so I didn't really participate in the planning last year, and there's been a lot of like, hey, did I forget this, or like, what do you usually do? But like, we are a great team, and we have lots of volunteers in the committee helping organize it that have done it many times before. So
it was a perfect way to get your toes wet, because you got to meet and interact with all kinds of vendors who were there with their tents that are doing what you do. So this was a perfect way to introduce yourself to the Valley and to the people who help you guys be such a success.
It was a fun day.
And it works out perfect for the college too, right? Why is this such a win for the college to have Earth Day fair on the campus?
Well, Wenatchee Valley College is literally our community's college, and if we don't have our community stepping onto our campus, we're not really delivering. So the more we can really have families, students of every age, we have a beautiful campus and we want to share it with our community and have community-centered events that give back to our community. I know I just said community about 10 times.
Well, it is a community college, you know.
Absolutely.
I get it. So for the people who've never gone to Earth Day, be it at the Pybus or last year at the college, what can they expect for first-timers?
We have about 60 vendors, maybe more, so local organizations, local artisans that are coming with their products, and they're all focused on sustainability or conservation and the environment. So it's an opportunity to learn about what is happening in our valley, because there's so much great work happening. And all the different booths will have interactive events for families and kids. We have a scavenger hunt for the day, so you can find all the different fun activities. And then the performances will have some live music in the morning. The dance team, Wenatchee High School dance team is performing with Apple Blossom Royalty. Derek Sheffield, the Washington State Poet Laureate, will be doing a performance with, I think, some of his colleagues.
Oh, cool.
And the Wenatchee Valley Youth Symphony, as well as Eastmont High School Mariachi. So it's just a day of celebration as well as like learning opportunities.
A lot of those names strike me as people who did this last year too, right? So they're coming back.
Yes.
That's good.
We really enjoyed a lot of those performances, so we wanted to have them back, and they immediately said yes, and then the bill was full.
Speaking of that, no more vendors. The vendor deadline was like last week. Sorry, if you want to put up a tent, you're out of luck on that. This is a growing thing. You like this, right? I mean, you like it when things expand and get bigger and get more popular, as opposed to, oh God, we got to do this again. And you're fresh blood. So did you? What did you, as the new gal, Frey? What did you bring in as a new observation or a new way maybe of doing things after experiencing last year for the first time?
I think for us, like deciding to change that layout and not having things as scattered meant that we've kind of changed the flow of the event. And maybe, obviously it's lots of booths, but it's hopefully it's more inviting and it's easier to access the bike corral and to find the sustainable booth kind of right up front with the stage. And hopefully that draws people in to really take part of the celebration aspect of things as well as the learning.
Marcine, what did you bring in some booths too? Did you?
Yes, so we have a sustainability committee at the college that Dr. Joan Causey leads, and I'm part of as well, and it's really student-led. So we have Wenatchee Valley College students that will be having a booth with some faculty and staff, and we'll have face painting, we'll be teaching our community about recycling, and Wenatchee Valley College is an Arbor Foundation tree campus in higher education, and we have over 450 certified trees. We're planting new trees all the time as well, so it's a beautiful, I think, marriage of sustainable NCW and the college, and we're just really excited to welcome everyone this Saturday.
There are the proper labeled booths and cans and things on the campus of the college. I've seen them. For the students in the rec center or the places where a lot of students gather, is it second nature to them? They just, at this point, they know that this goes into this receptacle and this goes into that?
You know, it's a really big education piece, not just for students. I think faculty, staff, we have a lot of community events, and making sure that we have those recycling bins and we have signage on campus, and we're really working together to make it second nature. We'll get there.
Yeah.
The event, by the way, is free, as in no dough. If you don't have a penny in your pocket, you can still go. But some of the vendors will be selling some of their wares. I mean, you want to bring a debit card or something like that for something that might interest you?
Yeah, we'll have 2 food trucks, and then there are a couple of like local artisans that like make soaps and stuff like that will be there. There's even a group that does like local foraging, and they make their items from that. So it's they're sustainability focused, but they will yeah, they'll be there.
It's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. At 2:01, they're not going to throw you off the campus. Trust me like that, although somebody like me might get a parking ticket. We'll talk about that later on. So at 2:01 on Saturday, and I'll ask both of you to start with Marcine, how do you know it's a success? A lot of people having a good time, or how do you quantify it worked?
I think last year we had over 500 community members attend. And so I think we want to see it grow, but we also want the vendors, the community to really take away how they can make sustainability a part of their lives. Start small, you know, it takes all of us. So I think while we want as many people there as possible, all members of our community are welcome. It's that what you leave, what you take with you, and what you might apply in your own personal life around recycling or composting or just knowing about the resources here.
Yeah.
I guess you would agree with that 100%?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a success is people coming to the college and finding some organization or group that they connect with and that they can be involved with, or feeling inspired to do something in their own personal life.
As the education coordinator, is there a challenge to get the message across without making people feel bad that they're taking batteries and throwing them in the garbage, stuff like that?
Yeah. It's just a learning opportunity.
Okay.
This is an opportunity for growth.
Okay, opportunity for growth. You're very, very good. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Dr. Harrison is going to do the opening remarks, and after that you can do whatever the heck you want to do. You got some sponsors to thank, and if there's no sponsors, this baby doesn't happen. So Freyja, do the honors, please.
Absolutely. This year, for the first time, we have a Green Tune sponsor, which is Wenatchee Sunrise Rotary. So they're sponsoring all of the live performances, including the tree tour. We do have a tree tour for the college at 11. And then our other Earth Day sponsors are Link Transit, Waste Management, the Nature Conservancy, Local Tel, the Wenatchee Valley Medical Group, Cascade Auto Center, Stamilt, Plug-in NCW, Chelan PUD, Climate Conversation CW, and the last one is Wenatchee Interfaith Climate Group.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
We have many.
So I'm told. There's no lack of things to do. These are some heavy hitters. Leavenworth Fish Hatchery is going to be there. Cafe, it'll be good to see them. Everybody will be on hand. And again, it doesn't cost you a dime, and it starts at 10 a.m. Weather looks like it's fantastic. That is Saturday, but on Thursday, you guys you're busy this week.
Really busy.
What do you got going on Thursday, Freyja, that I need to inquire about?
Yeah, on Thursday, we will be at the Wenatchee Convention Center for the very first Chelan County Resilience Summit. It was organized by ourselves and our Valley Life Future and some other Chelan partners. And the goal of the summit is to turn all of the insights and the things that we know about the environment into action in Chelan County. So we'll be looking. There's going to be people from the UW Climate Action Group. Our keynote speaker is, I can't remember her name, Dr. Sonia Hart, I believe. It's going to be an incredible opportunity to get together and learn how we can become a resilient, how Chelan County can be resilient to the changes that are happening in our environment.
We'll let Marcine get the final word, because if you get up Monday morning and log on to wvc.edu, you're going to find something different. You're rolling out a new website on Monday.
We are. We're really excited. Monday, April 20th, we're launching a new website. And this is really a long time coming. I think we see our website as a huge tool for our community to learn about the college, the programs we have, and the scholarships, and just the resources that we provide for the community. So Title II, accessibility, we're required to meet those standards by April 24th. So our team, we've been working over the better part of a year to really not just meet that accessibility deadline, but also reimagine our website and make it user-friendly for all students and community members. And we're also working to make sure it's bilingual in English and in Spanish. And we had a student survey in the fall, and really using that student feedback to plan and reimagine what our website can be. So please visit on Monday. It's a work in progress, so if you notice something, reach out, you know where to find us, and excited for the community to see what we put
well,
together.
That's cool. I like that. I like that. Just a friendly reminder, whether you go to Wenatchee Valley College or went to Wenatchee Valley College, you get something out of it whether you go there or not. That's part of the deal that you need to remember about Wenatchee Valley College. It's not just that big campus between 9th and 5th. It's a lot more than that. Break a leg on Saturday.
Thank you.
Let me know how it goes, all right?
Yeah.
And one last little thing before we forget, again, it's free, but parking, transportation, it's a very bike-friendly campus, but my guess is parking might be a little tight. I mean, what do you got getting there? Fill me in on that.
Yes, the parking will be free thanks to the college for that day, but obviously there's a Link Transit stop right outside the college, and we will have a bike corral at our Sustainable Bike Co-op booth. So we really encourage walking, biking, using the bus, because parking will be tight if over 500 people come.
Yeah.
And we do have stops on 9th and 5th Street, so.
Okay, either way.
Yeah.
So, if you live within a mile, walk, all right? It's good for you. It's good to see you, Freyja. Have fun. And Marcine, good to see you again.
Always a pleasure, Dan.
Yeah, keep watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, all right? I should probably watch my own show, see if I'm any good. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Somewhere behind these doors is a family member, often alone, taking care of a loved one with Alzheimer's or some other disability, or providing care for a loved one who is not ill but only aging and no longer able to care for themselves. In the field of caregiving, this is the home front. For the home is where most Americans will live out their last days. Contact Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington for a variety of services including caregiving, meals, and medication help.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
All right, our fifth and final segment here of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley is brought to you by, and bear with me, I haven't not read this before, Pool to Spa Services. Upgrade relaxation with a Bullfrog Spa, featuring the exclusive Jetpack therapy system for personalized comfort in every seat. Visit Pool to Spa Services Wenatchee and design a spa that's built for you. So for me, it would be an extra handsome spa. Let's get you caught up on what Mother Nature has in store for us, and it turns out a lot. We're going to get a little bit of everything. First of all, it's going to snow when the mountain passes quite a bit. As a matter of fact, Stevens is going to get 3 to 5 inches today, 6 to 10 inches tonight. So there is a winter storm warning. There it is. Winter storm warning from 11 o'clock this morning. So it gets going here in a few more hours, and it goes until 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Heaviest snow tonight on Stevens. They're going to get a total of about, I don't know, 16, 18 inches of snow on Stevens. Not too bad on I-90 and very little on Blewett or on Mission Ridge for that matter. But yeah, things are going to get a little dicey up in the Cascades. Chance of rain later on today. The clouds have already begun to thicken up. I noticed that. It's going to be cloudy all day today. It's only going to get to 55. We had 65 yesterday. Rain this afternoon, rain tonight. Snow level is going to go all the way down to 1,100 feet by sunrise tomorrow, but the energy of this cold front that's coming in will have pretty much spent itself out. So I don't expect any, maybe just the lightest of light snow on Wednesday morning before it all goes away. It's going to be windy Wednesday night, then we set up for some pretty nice weather, although chilly on Thursday as the cold air will be hanging around. We'll be at 55 on Thursday, but not a bad looking weekend at all. 60 and 63 for Saturday and Sunday. And provided the show isn't canceled, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.